Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at yet another Christmas gift that I received from the missus. Didn't have any idea. I mean, I knew this was coming out. I had no idea it was on her radar, but she knows me well. So she got me the Seven Soldiers of Victory Frankenstein, the DC Comics version of Frankenstein, one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite DC characters, one of my favorite versions of Frankenstein, one of my favorite comics, Grant Morrison's Seven Soldiers of Victory, and a massive figure. I did not realize that he was going to be a giant figure like this, as you know, as he should be, but my gosh, look at this guy. So I'm very excited to be opening this up. I'm not a big collector of McFarlane's DC Multiverse. I buy a few things here and there. But, you know, when it's a character like this, that who knows if we'll ever get in any other form this nice, I got to get it. So you've got beautiful art on the back. This is great. Let's open him up and check out Frankenstein. And the problem here is if they make the rest of the Seven Soldiers of Victory, I'm going to have to really think about getting those. I'm not going to say I'm going to have to get those, but it's going to be really tempting. And that is one thing that McFarlane tends to do, is if they start a team, they're going to keep going with it. It may take a while, but they tend to commit to it. This packaging uses a whole lot of plastic. And while I'm not to the point yet where I am opposed to plastic packaging, but I prefer the plastic free because it eliminates this, and I hate this. As a toy collector, we should all just absolutely hate. I'm a little surprised at how bendy this is. McFarlane's been pretty good about putting out rigid stuff, although it seems like it's going to keep its shape pretty well. We'll take a look at that in a minute. We should all absolutely loathe the plastic trays that have been ruining our toys for decades. All right, we've got the stand that is the same stand that comes with every multiverse figure. We've got the collector card. I do prefer it when it's actually art on the card rather than just a picture of the toy. I'm not going to read all of that, but definitely check out Seven Soldiers of Victory. Or, there are a number of different comics where DC's Frankenstein has appeared, and I recommend. I haven't read them all, but I haven't read one that's bad. How about that? Let's see the easiest way to get him out of here. Ugh, these stupid tabby things are worse than twist ties. I hate these so much. Ugh. They're so freaking tight on the figure that it's hard to get to them sometimes. Let's see if we can get him out without messing with whatever this business is on his feet. Let's see if we can just pull him out without dealing with that. There we go. Talk about a victory. Didn't even need 7 soldiers to achieve that one. All right. Get this massive hunk of plastic out of the way and get this massive hunk of plastic in front of your eyes. He has the sleeveless trench coat, which is a trademark of the character. You might be able to hear. Well, you can't hear that one as well. The ratcheting joint on that side, pretty loud. I like ratcheting joints as long as they're not fixed in positions where that aren't optimal for the figure actually like standing up and having poses, which unfortunately Marvel Legends a lot of the time seems to have the ratchets in the wrong spots. Let's see how tall this guy is. He is, from his heel to the top of his head, about 10 inches tall. A big, massive figure, and if you put him next to our 00 Snake Eyes, which is kind of my standard of this guy's about average for 1/12 scale figures, which granted DC Multiverse are 1/10 scale, But that's just how he compares to a standard 1/12 scale figure. That portrait is really capturing the troubled annoyance that I consider the hallmark of this iteration of Frankenstein. Look at the stitching around his head. That hair looks amazing. Oh, that's great. He's got a loop on the back of his jacket to store that sword. I'll take a look at the sword in a minute. But that's just a phenomenal portrait. Yes, a little hulky, but that's as it should be. Ratcheting joints at the shoulders. Ratcheting butterfly joints at the shoulders. Very nice. I wonder how hard it would be. Oh, the jacket is attached to the chest piece, so you can't just slide that off. Not that, I mean, I wouldn't want to. Let's see. We've got an abdominal. We've got a, oh, wow, really nice abdominal joint. They didn't bother painting his belt or anything because that's going to be under the vest most of the time. Well, I don't know. That could have used a little bit of deco because it does kind of peek out right here. I think it probably wouldn't have hurt for them to put a little paint at least on the belt buckle there. But it's okay. The jacket has really nice fraying here. Look at all the stitching and everything on his arms. Gloves are pretty simple, but you can see stitching on those as well. Seams, rather. Oh, look at, okay. I didn't catch that. So you have a bicep swivel and an elbow swivel. Really nice articulation for such a big guy. And it's all pretty sturdy. It all feels pretty good, but nothing is stuck, and which is, you know, that's where you want to be. The glove, oh, I was getting ready to say the glove probably limits the hand movement, but it really, you've got a nice bend going on right there, and of course it turns as well. Hips, you can see what kind of hip joint you're dealing with, kind of the standard for collector oriented lines right now. It does turn, and then you've got a double jointed knee as well, and these double jointed knees look pretty, ew, that's a gross cut though. That's pretty bad. But you know, when they're static, it's got a nice thickness to the leg. Now I do have pins, but they're the same color as the surrounding area. I don't care. But it looks pretty good for a double joint right there. And then his big gigantic boots. There we go. Nice thick soles. And he's got toes. I didn't even notice that. Toe joint is largely superfluous. I don't understand those, to be honest. It's just another place to pinch your fingers when you're trying to pose the foot. And the foot is on that sort of rotating hinged peg design that's so common now. And then look at that. Look at the tread of the boot. Tremendous detail going into this figure. I'm very, very impressed. And he stands instantly. You can see I've been moving him around and whatnot, but he has no problem standing up. He's big, thick, heavy, really nicely done. We'll take a look at his massive sword. You can see it's a little bent. Camera doesn't like it when I turn it to the side. But it felt rigid coming out, but you can see it's pretty bendy. I'll probably heat it up just to straighten it up a little bit. Let's see how well it fits in that hand of his. I would hope pretty nicely. Oh yeah, fits well in the hand. Looks great. And let's try that loop. I mean, I don't foresee any issues there, but there you go. Slides right into that loop on the back of his jacket. So there it is. Big, tough Frankenstein. Fantastic. Massive figure. Brightly, I love the bright colors of the vest. Didn't really take a close look at that, but just all of the, I mean, this is kind of what we expect now from McFarlane. The figures are going to have great, fascinating sculpts, good color. When they need to be big, they're going to be big. They just did a great job with this guy. I'm very happy with it. So there you go. Frankenstein, one of many Frankensteins that I own, but this one is one that I honestly kind of never expected to own in a regular retail format. Pretty impressive. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. I don't have any parting words for Frankenstein. Just thanks for watching.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.